this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm just going to do a request that was made by one of my subscribers, and it was just to show different ways to paint butterflies. Now keep in mind what I'm going to show you are just basic techniques. You can enhance them with different types of brush strokes, but this is just to give you an idea of some different ways to do them very simply, or like I said, you can continue on and add your own little twist to them. So the first style that I'm going to show you is just a basic, kind of like a side view, and I'll do just a couple different ones. Today I am using, and then I guess the colors don't really matter, but I'm using Sunflower, Wicker White, Engine Red, Licorice, Happy Green, and Violet Pansy. So really, like I said, since I'm not actually painting on an item, the colors really, you can use whatever you want. These are just some colors I picked out kind of randomly. But anyhow, the brush I'm using right now is a flat brush. It's the number 12 by Plaid one-stroke brush. And again, like I said, I'm going to do just some side views. So I am double loading my brush, and you'll see that it's double loaded. I am a lefty, so the way I'm going to be doing this first one is kind of not real comfortable for me, but I'm going to go ahead and show you in this direction. But I'm basically just starting on the chisel edge of the brush, which is the top part here, and then I'm going to press it down, kind of pull it around and come back up. Again, I'll go over it. It's on the chisel edge. I'm pushing the bristles down and then pulling up. Then I'm going to repeat this with another petal, and it'll be just overlapping the first one just slightly. I'm going to go over it again, same thing, chisel edge, push the bristles down and pull them up, and then I'm going to add a couple little silly little push and pull, and just on the chisel edge again, and then putting it down and pulling it towards the center. Now for the actual body of the butterfly, I want my brush to fall, I'm going to take my Happy Green. Now I can double it up with some of this. You don't really have to, but I'm just going to just kind of freehand here their little head, and then just doing kind of a rigid little stroke. It's not really like a one stroke kind of deal. It's just trying to so that it has some movement to it, and it's not just a straight line, because you can do them with showing them just as a straight line too, and I'll show you one of those here in a little bit. But I'm just going to keep coming down, and I'm going to kind of curve this body a little bit. I could make them a little longer, but I'm just going to curve it and then have it do kind of thin at the end there. And like I said, you can do more of a straighter line and then curve it slightly, up to you. The little antennas, then I'm going to clean my brush off a little bit because I don't want them too thick. I'm just going to touch and pull, and then touch and pull. Now you can just do, you can use a dotting tool, a stylus of some sort, or just do your own little dots at the end, and that's it. Simple. Now, can you get more creative with this? I think my paint ran. Can you get more creative with that? Absolutely. You can put lines in it, dots, whatever you want. Like I said, this is just to give you the basics of creating a butterfly. That's very easy. Now the next one I'm going to do, let me rinse my brush out. And by the way, the brush that I'm using for the body, excuse me, try to get this where you can actually see it, is a number 2 liner from Plaid, also a one-stroke brush. So the next one I'm going to do in the Violet Pansy and the Wicker White, and it's basically the same, it's the same style, but I'm going to kind of be going in a different direction with it. Alright, so once again, I'll make sure I'm staying on my paper. I'm going to be on the chisel edge, and I'm just going to put it down and then pull it. Put it down and pull it. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here and pull it. Alright, and then the two little, just touch and pull, touch and pull little pieces right there. Now, I want to show you, actually I'm going to go ahead and show you on this one. I didn't do it this way in my demo piece, but I'm going to go ahead and show you, because some of them you'll find you're going to see where people can just do, you're going to pull and go like that. And that's the stroke that puts the body in to your butterfly. And I've just made it a little bit longer there. No need to make it 10 feet long. And then put your little antennas and dot them if you want, and go like that. Or you can do the body again, like what I was originally doing on this one. Let me go ahead and do another sample. I'm just kind of wiping my brush off. It's got a little black in it. But I'll go ahead and do another one. Just kind of pull it, and then do those little strokes again right here. Like I said, and you can curve them, you can make them, make this more curvy, however you want to do it. But then you can actually start out here with the little head, kind of like I did with the first one. And then just make sure that you're just making it kind of wiggly, just to give it some interest, basically. Now I probably should have started it down lower, but I'm just doing it a little bit differently since I started that one up higher. And just keep wiggling it, and then you can get it, a little bit smaller as it goes, and come out, and then do the little antennas. Okay, like I said, you can play with this. It's just to give you an idea of the side versions of doing a butterfly. Very simple. Now this next one is going to be kind of the same, or a similar stroke, not the same, but a similar stroke. I'm going to move my paper like this, and I'm going to do more of an open view of a butterfly. Going back to the sunflower and the Wicker White. Now if you're new to my channel, and you like my video, please make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. Then also at the end of the video, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up and then hit that share button underneath so that you can share this with your friends and your family. So now on this one I'm going to do, it's just kind of I'm pulling it up one side, doing a little point, and kind of doing like that, and then pulling it back down. Just a little bit of a curve right here, and then just kind of bringing it down like that and back. So it has a little bit of an interest. Now you don't have to have that tip, but I like that. And then for the bottom one, I'm going to do the same thing, kind of come in here, but it's not going to have a tip. It's going to go back up like that. And then I can come back in here, go over it again and fill it in. You can always fill in if the stroke is bigger than your brush. Going to come back over here on this side and repeat it. Again, coming up to a tip, kind of dipping it down a little bit and pulling back. And you can take a stand back, look at it and see if they're very similar. Obviously they don't have to be identical, but similar is nice. And trying to get them to be, similar in size is good too. And then you can just brush it in like that. Or use a bigger brush. I'm trying to do, I just didn't want to have to keep changing brushes during my sample. And then just do that. You fill it in, come back up. Again, just make sure it's, or use a wider brush. But it's fine. Come back up like that. And you've got your butterfly wings. And you can always fix it if you feel like it needs to be adjusted a little bit more so that it does look a little bit more balanced. Alright, so then the next step, now this is one I'm going to use my brush, my flat brush, and I'm going to dip it into the white, just white, doing white. Alright, I'm going to come up here a little ways, and then I'm going to press down like I showed you before on that other one. Now obviously this is a little hard to see right at the moment, but I just raise it up some to make it come out a little bit thinner at the end. And then what I'm going to do with my, well actually I'm going to do another step first. With my little brush, with my little liner brush, is make more of a little head for my little fella here to connect. And then on the body I'm going to take, now this is my fine liner, I forgot to mention that, I'm throwing that into the mix a little bit here too. Take my fine liner, dip it into the Licorice, and then I'm just going to do some just quick little movements over it, little lines, just ever so often here down the body. And they're just meant to be very, very free, just more of a free style, not anything that's real, specific or perfect as far as that goes. And then just keep coming down his body. Now if you want it to be more solid you can, but I'm just going to keep coming down until I get down to the bottom, but I'm just trying to make these kind of random and then more solid right at the tip of his body. His or her body. I don't really know if it's a male or female. And then I'll put the little antennas, go just very lightly with this brush. And then again you can put some little dots at the ends, make them round, straight, however you want. And then I'm going to put some little crazy eyeballs on him. Give him some character there. Alright, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some details on this butterfly a little bit differently than what I did on the other ones because I didn't have any detail. And this is where, with drawing some designs on their leaves, or their wings, sorry, butterflies can be very colorful. You can actually layer these, maybe make another layer on top of the yellow and the white with a different color scheme just to make them really colorful. This is almost like you're drawing a tree branch. That's how I kind of been looking at it, but it's kind of like veining. You're putting some interest in their little wings. And I'm doing that with the Licorice. But just look how, you're giving them some detail. Actually you could use some pictures of butterflies and try to replicate what kind of design your butterfly that you're trying to make has on its wings. Because there's so many varieties, even of moths. I didn't realize that they're actually really pretty moths. I always thought they were just either the white or the brown kind of ugly little things that fly around and in the light, get in your house, fluttering around. Never really looked at them as something that could be pretty, but they're apparently, some of them are prettier than butterflies. Never really knew it. But with this liner brush, this fine liner, I'm able to get these really thin lines in it. And I think, they're just very pretty. Very pretty. And they're just kind of random. Now with the bottom part, I'm going to do a little bit of the black, kind of make a little gray, and kind of outline the bottom of the wing. Just really like this, and then you're going to see what I'm going to do here next. I'm just going to make it really fine. It's not real distinct. Then I'm going to take my brush and dip it into some red. That's the fire engine red. Maybe put some red up here to kind of tie it up. And then I'm going to do some dotting just kind of around the outer edge of this butterfly's wings. Just little random dots. They're not specific in size. They're not huge. Some of them are small. And again, that just gives it some interest. Maybe even put a little red on a few spots on the wing. Again, very randomly. And then come back in here on the other side and add some dots to the bottom part of the wing. And again, these are just really small. You can do bigger ones. Like I said, there's just such a variety. When I started to look at some of the past butterflies, because I've painted them before, but I really haven't painted them for a while. Just see all the different varieties and how you can do it. But there you go. Very easy butterfly. Now, I know that in the past I've also done, I'm trying to think, I feel like I painted a butterfly not too long ago on a rock. I think I did. But I think on that one I did more of a kind of a wiggly motion where, almost like the leaves, where you go like that, pull it up, and then do basically, you can do the same, just kind of swing it around like that. You could even leave it like this and just pull it down like that and put your antennas on there, or you can have it as an open butterfly. That. Let's put some wings here like that. You could even do some of this like we did on the other one. That's why I say I think you can get the gist that there are just a variety of ways to create. You can even do it where you do like this real big ruffly kind of look, and then just come into the bottom with more of a teardrop kind of thing, and then do it over here. Come back in. I didn't have as much white on here. And come back up and then do the teardrop thing again. Pull it. Whoops, that wasn't a nice oh, sorry about that, but you get the gist. Bring it up, and then you could do more that full body look, or you once again can just do one of these where you pull it through, put the things on it, decorate this with lines and dots. Some of them even do like a little teardrop of some sort. That's what it reminds me of, but it's kind of shaped like this. And then put a dot in the middle, do some lining work and whatnot. But again, you get the gist of it. Pretty simple, maybe, again, get some pictures of butterflies and use those as samples so that you're creating something more realistic looking. But these are fun. Yeah, there's just, again, just a variety of ways to do it. If you paint any of them though, and you'd like to share your designs, please share them with me on my Facebook page if you would. I'd love to see them. Facebook link is down below. This is it for today's video. I will be coming back with some videos showing how to do firefly, or not fireflies, but oh my goodness, can't think of what it's called. Let me see here. I know what I'm talking about. Dragonflies. Dragonflies and just simple little birds that you can paint. So be on the lookout for those videos. So again, make sure, if you haven't done it already, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, hit my subscribe button, hit the notification bell, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and you share this video. I'd appreciate it. Until the next video, you have a good one. See you then.